If at first you don't succeed, blame the fans. That's Russell T. Davies and Nikuti Gatwa's motto with the current Doctor Who series. And it's just been a cycle, rinse, repeat. Call the fans racist. Tell them not to watch. They don't watch. Lament that the fans are too racist to watch. And that's it. I covered this weekend just how bad this current Bubble and Dot episode was, which started off actually pretty interesting, but even that was a ripoff of a Black Mirror episode. Russell T. Davies even said so in advance. He's completely the laziest writer out there, and he's been doing an absolute train wreck of a job on the show since his return. And so writing half episodes like 73 yards, I could rant for forever. But the insidious message of being anti-white happened at the very end of this, and I noticed it. It was very easy to notice because the entire show so far has been very filled with weird diversity virtue signaling. You've got Ruby Sunday, who's like been adopted by Jamaican black ladies who are fat. It's weird. You don't generally see little blonde white girls adopted by strange fat black ladies. It's quite the opposite turn of events. It's usually white ladies who are virtue signaling by adopting like Rwandan children and things like that. But hey, let's make pretend. And that's what they're doing. They started off with these diversity pushes with, we're going to represent society. How dare you? I mean, black people exist. Are you mad about that? But they make it so like black people are like 80% of the population, versus like the 13% of the population that they actually are. And gay people are like, 95% of the population instead of like the 3% of the population that they actually are. And I'm ignoring like the new revisionist statistics where they like get the Gen Z kids like claiming they're queer, like bisexual or whatever they are, other kin. Because, those kids are just confused. And once they're like 30, 40, they're going to be like, oh, wow, these people, that was stupid. It's a fad like ripped jeans were. It's to say you're queer is like the hip thing. It's not real. And we know that. And that's why they're pushing so hard, because they want to force these lifestyles on children, because at the end of the day, there's an LGBTQ plus, and the plus is the important part of what they want. It's sick. These are sick people. So I'm going to get into his latest interview in just a moment. My name's John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling science fiction author, and I would love for you to check out my trilogy, Justified Saga of the Nano Templar. This is on Amazon, and if you are lamenting Star Wars as the Acolyte is coming up, this is a great trilogy for you to check out and enjoy. And it's available on ebook, audio, and the first book's available on print. Sadly, my narrator died, but that's another story. The half the proceeds of those do go to his family. And so check that out. That link's in the description below, along with my other books and ways to support the channel. Really appreciate you guys being here. And make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here. It really means the world for me to have you guys here. You've been an amazing audience. I love Doctor Who fans. You're smarter than the average, science fiction fans out there. And it's awesome to be engaging with you guys. You see, that's how you talk to fans, guys. You don't lambast them. Gee, wow. Well, these people are irredeemable. It is what it is. So he's opened up with concerns over the shocking racist finale being the first scene he filmed as the Doctor. So I guess they filmed this actually first, but it was shocking in that it was pretty obvious the entire episode that it was all white people. And so it was a commentary on white people being dumb, manipulated, etc. It's like some white shame thing. And then they looked him, got one in the eye, and said that no, we don't want to come with you. You're not like us. And then then got what cries in a very terrible performance that's like overacted. It was clearly fake tears that they stuck in there. It was bad, and it just made you roll your eyes. And I don't understand what they're doing with this kind of messaging shit like this, because they think they're being stunning and brave, showing racism in modern society. But if you look at actually what happened over the weekend, probably the most racist thing I've seen happen in a long, long time was with the WNBA. And there's this new white lady who got in, and she got pushed to the ground and called a bitch. Why? For existing, for being white. You don't see white people going around doing that to black people It's ridiculous. It's quite the opposite. They've created a culture, people like Russell T Davies and Gatwa, everybody involved here, where white people are so hated that it is really getting troubling at this point. You can't go to certain places being white at the and this happens in Londonistan too, of course, which is no longer London. It hasn't been for a long time. These are places that used to be beautiful and are getting destroyed by these race-baiting agitators who just want to make everybody at each other's throats all the time. And that's exactly what they do with episodes like this. So he says he also challenged viewers to ask themselves if they had seen the ending twist coming. If not, why not? I saw that it was getting weird once she betrayed the heartthrob guy at the end of the episode. I did my full review already. I don't need to cover it too much. But I was like, she was a nice person up until that point, and they very much did not layer it in. It was very much not, there was no talk of racism or anything like that layered in, or these people being bad. She was just naive and ruined by social media, was the whole point of it up until that point. It actually was a pretty non-controversial episode, which could have brought everybody together, honestly. Except for then you have to go with the extreme leftist politics at the end, and it was not telegraphed ahead of time. It was poorly written. They did not do a good job with it. It was ham-fisted, and honestly, like I stuff like this where you're getting lambasted as if white people are bad somehow. I mean, what are you trying to do? I mean, are you trying to get white people to band? I mean, maybe they're so based. They're trying to get white people to band together and actually. Preserve their own societies. Maybe that's the secret agenda for real, because it's so ham-fisted. I can't imagine anybody looks at this and goes, yes, worship the black people, like the doctor. They want. It's really weird. But here it is. He admitted his first day of Doctor Who included such a harrowing scene, eye-rolling scene. The entire crew had concerns over whether it was too much. It was. Look, you could see that, but read between the lines here. People go, this is really ham-fisted and bad. Even the crew's saying this. People at the BBC know better. And they're letting it happen because they've got the Disney ESG funds flowing in, and Disney's, paying for all of this, making this travesty, which would not make money otherwise, into something profitable because they're getting that funding. It's clearly obvious. And they're just like, everybody's uncomfortable with it, even the people on the set. And nobody's going to say anything to Russell T Davies. And why? It's because he's got a reputation out there as a tyrannical guy. If you listen to Christopher Eccleston's interviews, the first return Doctor Who, he said he'd never come back to Doctor Who again until all these people were fired, because it was such a toxic environment on the set. These people are such a-holes that he would not want to work there. And I've heard this from multiple people in the industry, that Russell T Davies is just a nightmare because he's got his little gay card. He can't be fired ever, and so he knows it. And so he just goes and he abuses. He's an abusive dictator of power on the set, and this is who this guy is. You could tell his scripts are like half done. They're not refined. They're not edited. They're terrible, and yet they're going to air anyway. So that's what's happening at Doctor Who right now, for sure. I've had a number of sources confirm this. Anyway, so he talked about the ending. Gatwa confronted by racist attitudes by a group of privileged teams. This is what they're trying to say that the fans are at this point, right? It's sick. Attacking the fans, even in the episodes. We ended the scene to Kuti. I was wary. I was thinking, oh my God, especially that's the first scene he shot. And listen to how they gaslight, pretending it's just not poorly written stuff. We were all kind of holding our breaths thinking there's no way to start a lead actor off. We talked about it. We should reschedule. We should let him settle in. We should hold the scene off. Listen to how just hyper-focused on the race baiting they are. They don't care about anything. They threw that in the first scene because that's what they want. That's all they care about is the race baiting. They don't care about the show. They've never cared about the show. It was an incredibly intense scene to start Doctor Who on, but we're excited getting my teeth into it. Davies added he hoped the episode would challenge viewers' prejudices, saying it will be interesting to see the response to this episode. I think the main response is going to be about the ending. Yeah, the ending was a slap in the face to viewers. And it was a slap in the face to Doctor Who audiences because it was pretty clear that Davies is just calling you a bunch of racist bigots and saying you're not going to like this because you're racist bigots. No, it's because of your poor writing, it's because of the poor acting, and it's because you're ripping off other shows, and that's it. It's pretty simple. I mean, my God. The challenge here is like to keep watching this show because it's so insulting to the audience's intelligences. It's just sick. And these people are absolutely sick. What we can't tell is how many people will work out that before the ending because they've seen white person after white person. See this? The hatred of white people is here. And television these days is very diverse. Oh, I saw it right away. I was like, it's weird they did this. I just thought they were, talking about social media in general. But then they got it weird at the end. Of course. It's all about hating white people. I wonder if you'll be 10 minutes or 15 or 20 before you just start to think, I saw it immediately. Of course. I know what they're doing. Everything's a weird, subtle, creepy image for these people every single time. I hope it's going to be one of those pieces of television you'll see and always remember. As crap, maybe. Millie Gibson, who goes out, if the reveal at the end, it's heartbreaking. You probably do realize, but it's the moment you look around and everyone's white. Why do they hate? Why do these white people hate being around other white people? What the F is going on at the Doctor Who studios? This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. But it's a sickness, and they are racist. And it's admitted in the writing how racist they actually are. But they want to project that onto you. And, man, I can't believe that Doctor Who can sink lower than this, but we've still got like 5 episodes left of this season. Whew. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and check out great science fiction like Justified Saga of the Nano Templar. Real morals are in here. Good versus evil, just like Doctor Who used to be. Check it out. That's in the description below.